Hello and welcome. This is Lisa McCardle of Inner Wisdom Awakening, inviting you to the 222 Ignition Portal, where we turn up the volume and we welcome in the light at a whole new level. This is a profound opportunity, a profound moment in time where numerology, astrology, consciousness, all of it weaves together to create something significant, and we're going to rise to it together. So this is what we're going to do. This is going to be ceremonialized, ritualized, channeled information from the Light Council. There will be a guided meditation or guided journey, if you will, where we're going to really move through the extraction of the pain body, trauma body, so much shadow work, right? Everyone's doing their shadow work and their trauma work, and we can get stuck in that density. And it's where we're learning from higher consciousness that we do not have to suffer to heal. And the thing that created the pain is not necessarily the journey to freeing us from it. So what would it be like if we had this amazing experience where, with the support of higher wisdom, higher consciousness, we could go in and we could deconstruct the imprints, rise them up out of the DNA, out of the cellular remembrance, reprogram the brain out of the trauma, and drop in some new light codes to remember you to who you are at your highest self. That's what we're going to do. So the reason this is so important is one of the most significant shifts of our, well, I want to say of our lifetime, but the thing is that we are on such a trajectory of shift after shift after shift that you could not prioritize one more potently than the other. But this is one of the big ones. So here's a couple of things that are happening. So we're going to move from the sacred union of self to higher self, free of the pain body, releasing the trauma, reprogramming the mind, freeing up the cellular structure. We're going to do that through the DNA. It's a quantum activation experience. The reason this is important is because this 222 is like nothing else. It began in 2000. It's in this 222 frequency. The 2 is so much about, in its shadow, it's about polarity, duality. And so much of what's happening on Earth plane is in representation to that. So if we're going to turn it around, what the 2 does when it's actualized is it brings balance and harmony. It's a divine feminine number. So it brings some of the essence of the feminine into the court, is what I'm hearing. So lots of things are happening. And during the call, I will explain the details of all that's happening astrologically, numerologically, through consciousness. But let me give you just a little bit of it. So bringing harmony, part of what's happening is if you take the sequence from the 2-20-22, it's a palindrome, forward to backwards. And it goes until the 2-28-20-22. So it's a 9-day cycle. 9s are always the numbers of completion. So it's a mirror. The numbers are going to mirror themselves, right? And so whenever we have a mirror, it's to come into balance and harmony, which is what the 2 brings us in the 2-2 frequency of the master number. So it creates standing in the mirror for greater balance. We have had so much trauma on this planet, and we are all grieving so deeply the fact that we ever forgot who we are in the first place. That broadband lifting and releasing that trauma, instead of working so hard on it to squeeze it, if you will, out of the cellular memory banks, lift it up, and to bring back in a new code, accelerates the healing process. The more you're in alignment with accelerating your healing process to release the trauma, the duality, the pain, the suffering of separation, the sooner we birth the collective into the remembrance that we are connected and one, holy and true with everything. So let's do this. It is taking us from the dark to the light. It is a massive initiation portal. And on the 2-2-2-2-2, Pluto returns to the natal birth chart of the United States of America. It's a really big deal. It's a 248-year cycle from when the U.S. was born in 1776. This is all about death and rebirth. It's all about the end of duality and the beginning of unity. You and I tied together as one in sacred, holy union. That has to occur on the plane, on the physical, mental, and emotional planes with self, then with higher self, then with spirit. And when you do that, it becomes a collective movement. It starts with you. So we also have Venus and Mars in conjunction for 2 months. It's very unusual to have this long of a portal. So the balance of the masculine and the feminine, the receptivity of the feminine, the magnetization of the feminine and her expressed self, it's bringing this duality into harmony and balance as well. It's a return to love. It's a unification, a grand uniting of these two forces that live within us. So we're going to teach a little, we're going to journey a little, we're going to channel all kinds of wisdom from the Light Council. You're going to be activated. We're going to go through the termination, if you will, of the death cycle and the rebirth of the life cycle, and we're going to do it all in 75 minutes. So be sure to sign up below, and I will see you on the 222 ignition. Love to your light. We rise.